Welcome, Center of Light. Good to see you, Yana Vites, on this beautiful night. Let me add some music. Good to see you. Have a very fun presentation for you tonight. On the human aura, tonight is called 98.6 degrees. The season of clarity. Get clear. Hello, everyone. Tonight is a giveaway night. We're going to give some things away, but also I have some things I want to offer you. I want to say thank you to my brother, Mr. Robert Harrison. Generous, beautiful brother, soul friend of mine, as well as KK, always supporting, doing things, being a part of something greater than we know as ourselves, as I with you.
Access granted.
Everyone has access to the Garden of Forever. So let me share with you these gifts I'm going to be giving to you per an offer to Center of Light Radio. First, or these astronomical rings. Thank you, Robert Harrison. Right? This is kind of tricky. I'm gonna get it. There we go. All right. Sort of, well, exactly what it is. It's a gyroscope. I have them in silver and gold for a donation to Center of Light for $25. The links are in these forums so you can see what they are, how they work, what they do, how cool they are, and just all these things. There are 2 links in Facebook, 2 links in YouTube. Check them out. They're like 35 seconds long. Gives you the idea. Also, I have an eagle ring for $35. Check it out. Right? You can send me these donations to my Facebook inbox, KeithAnthonyBlanchard@gmail.com. In this forum, saying, Keith, I would love one of those astronomical rings. The eagle ring, I only have one left. Or one that's been moving quite nicely into those who have ordered or donated. Hello, Mary Emelong. I have your pendant. Boy, how do you like that? I was about to say her name, that she recently purchased or supported Center of Light, and this is coming into the mail to Mary. I believe it's Mary. And I have these for donation of $30. So we have the astronomical ring for $25, and the eagle ring like this for $35, and the Mayan calendar pendant for donation of $30. But tonight I'm going to be giving away a copy of Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. You have to pay for shipping, $4. So $4, I'm going to send someone a free copy of Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul signed. Put some of my stank on it. I'm doing this because today happens to be exactly 1 year that this book was released and went bestseller in a matter of no time. Kaboom. So how am I going to gauge who is going to receive the free book? I will feel it. Mary Emelong says, I want one. Which one do you want? You want the astronomical ring, astrological ring, or you want the eagle ring. So let me know what that means. But yes, Mary, I did send your Mayan calendar pendant. No, I didn't. I'm doing it first thing Monday morning. Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight we are going to be speaking about Center of Light aura. Tonight's overview title is 98.6 degrees. Mary says she wants the book. Mary, in this forum, I tell you what, I will send you a link to Amazon, if that's what you mean. I would do that. And you can purchase one there. But I'm going to select someone tonight, so stick around. It's probably going to be by the longest attendance of someone. So make sure you keep chiming in, whoever you are. Mary, maybe you. So tonight we're speaking about the human aura. Check it out, the bioenergetic field. This is what you actually look like on another level beyond the meat suit. Pretty cute, isn't it? So I got a few notes. I'm going to read it real quick. I did post the links to checking out the astronomical or astrological ring, whatever it is. In these forums, go check it out. They're like 35 seconds long, and it gives you a detail of how to use it and what it is and what its meaning is and all that cool shiznit. So tonight we're going to be speaking about the bioenergetic field. Everyone has one. You are 98, I'm going to say this all night long. You are 98.6 degrees. You walk out into a 98.6 degree temperature day. That's hot. We know the sun to emit, radiate, is another key word for tonight is radiate, energy. So if you're 98.6 degrees, you're radiating this heat field. And all around you are these bands of colors, depending on your thoughts, your feelings. At any given moment, these colors can change. Or if you're pretty grounded and solid as yourself, with yourself as a being consistently, you will have this even gradation of pretty much sameness, though it does not mean they won't change, of these color bands. If you have attachments, bad people hanging around on other levels, they can show up in the form of color design, lack of color design, dullness, all these things. All of this is in your auric field. When you get good enough, I get glimpses of this. You can see people's aura. Hello, Rena. Mary Amalung's in the house. KK's in the house. Let me look on Facebook. People are going to be arriving. Many people are outside of the forum. Come in and say hi. It's okay. I won't bite. Hard. So, how can we begin? Not only what is the aura, many of us have an idea of what that is, but tonight we're going to go in depth, and I'm going to share some things with you that's going to help you to say, wow, that's really what that is, versus just this simple halo we have because we're emitting a little bit of energy. No, there's deeper meanings to all of this. You ever saw gasoline? No, well, even fuel. When you're pumping fuel, you see the fumes, the vapors. It's energy. When you're driving down the road, it's a hot day, you see the mirage ahead of you on the road. See the reflection? That's not even there. Not even there. It's a reflection of the truth. But nonetheless, the image is there, which is quite convincing in and of itself. So that would be an aura as well. It's heat. It's resonant, vibratory energy. If you ever get the opportunity to go watch a band, a good band, with a good lighting show, sit as close as you can. Not necessarily, but sit as close as you can. If the lights are vivid and rich and full of illumination, let's say the lights are up there and there's a person, a guitar player, singer, standing right here between you and the lights, you'll see an aura. It may be the color of the light. If their light is blue or green, you probably see blue or green. But the light will be a backdrop or a backlit to push out the aura. So what you would do in such a nightclub or watching a band with a good lighting system is just relax your vision. Just relax. Still look at the person, but don't look dead at the meat suit. Just look at them and just open up your gaze, and you will see the energy field all around. This is very easy to do. You can also take these two fingers. You put them together. The lighting has to be bright so you can see, or right. It doesn't have to be bright. Just put some light on in your house to where you can effortlessly see your fingers, and if there's anything that lies between them, want to separate them. And you put your fingers together. You do a little bit of breath to relax you into the experience. And you begin to pull your fingers apart. Same as with the analogy of watching a musician or an actor, and when there's a lighting behind them, relax your vision. And as you pull your fingers apart, you will actually see a wisp of smoke. Put it together. And then you can start, when you see the smoke, you can start doing this and you'll see the smoke dance. Finally, another way you can do this, you're driving down the road. Life is a highway, I want to drive it all night long. You're cruising down the road, and in the distance, you see some trees. So what you do is look at the top of the tree line, probably about 1 inch to 2 inches, even though the trees are in the distance. Just look above the tree line, and you will see, without a doubt, if you try this and relax your eyes and yourself and your vision, you will see an invisible duplicate. If this part of the trees are green, you will see a green invisible duplicate. These are brown, you will see brown. You will see the entire tree line, no matter where you look, have its ethereal, higher vibrational self. And another came to mind. On a crystal clear day, a blue sky day, find a patch of blue sky. Look at a patch of blue sky. Relax your vision, same as before. And you will begin to see individual units of light, photons. They'll be everywhere. These are not floaters on your eye. These are not floaters on your eyeball. You will see photons everywhere. Energy is everywhere. So tonight we're going to be leaning into what is it, where is it, how do we interact with things, and also show you how to do it. How cool is that? Welcome to Center of Light Aura, 98.6 degrees. See how much reading I got. Oh, that's not too bad. From Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. The link is in these forums. To purchase on Amazon, you can also go to the same link, go to Amazon and leave me a review. From Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. I am in a celebratory mode right now. Tonight is 1 year since that book went bestseller. God, it seems like yesterday. My conversation with Spirit about energy. I want you to look at this picture again. What we really are, more so than what we think we are. This bag of bones, this flesh sandwich, this meat suit. This is really what you look like. When you pass away, you're going to look like that, minus the silhouette body. You're going to have the 7 lights from the top of your head all the way down to your coccyx, your tailbone, and all this light phenomena happen all around you. That is what you look like normally, but that's what you will truly see yourself to be when you cross into the land of eternity. My dialogue with Spirit from Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Spirit says, as you all embrace and use Christ's principles, a beautiful garment, a multi-hued crystalline system made up of the self-subtle energies will enfold you. Once you become aware of it, this light vehicle called the merkabah will be at your disposal. And I ask the question, so what's it like to see and be in this supreme state? Spirit responds, it's simply divine. So crystal clear is my vision that everywhere I look, all I see is me. I am not the supreme being. I am supreme being, and my beingness permeates everything in creation like light moving through glass. And I ask, is everything crystalline in structure? Spirit says, yes, exactly, my friend. And all information passes through fiber-optic light branches to manifest everything, everywhere, all at once, illuminating me, God, as the source of all that is. By purifying that within you which remains clouded and constricted by fear, you too will come to see and be in this state. And I tell Spirit, what a great session this was for me. I do believe I have much more clarity now. Well, Keith, I am very pleased to hear that, because if this chapter about clarity provided none, what would have been the point? Just remember an acronym for clarity. Call upon God in all times of confusion. L, love is the power, love is all there is. A, allow and accept yourself and all people. R, raise your vibrations by living my truths. I, intend to marry your God self completely. T, trust that all things will unfold accordingly. According to why? You. It's all about you. Where there is clarity, there is peace. I ask, Spirit, will you please tell me how to manipulate energy so that I can make my life work better? Since you are a spiritual work in progress, you still perceive most things as made up of solid matter and not free energy. Your mind sees a chair as a chair, a table as a table, and until you change your mind, the chair will remain a chair and the table will remain a table. They cannot become anything else until you make that shift. If you were to point to a chair and ask a Zen master, what is that? The answer you would get would most likely not match your own. He might tell you that he sees firewood or a stepladder. And I ask, well, why would he do that? Spirit responds, because that master, with his advanced way of seeing things, understands that the chair could become firewood. A wooden chair could become firewood, a stepladder, or anything he needed it to be. Since you are not yet similarly attuned, your mind still convinces you that you're looking at a chair. Even though your eyes are seeing it as the radiated light it is. Keith, if you like, I can explain the quantum mechanical physics involved, but what would you do with that? And I say, you know me well, not a thing. So could you please explain it in layman's terms? When the eyes see a chair, they take it in as radiated light. When you look at me right now, you're not seeing this body. You're seeing the radiated light that's actually creating the body. That's how you're able to see anything. When the eyes see a chair, they take it in as radiated light. First through the lens, then to the pupil, then onto the optic nerve, and finally the brain for analysis. The eyes instantly and literally pull the chair's matter apart, strand by strand, from the gross of it down to the nucleic particles of its atoms. You got that so far? And I say, I'm getting it. Good, because getting the very simplicity of this idea is enough to help you succeed. If you want to be able to transform that chair into a table, you have to first know that the chair is not separate from you. You must see it as an extension of your own self, the human auric field that extends out into infinity, and everyone's auric fields overlap, hence empathy. Empathics. How do you feel what someone else is feeling? It's because you're having a conversation on the auric field level. Once you can see such dense matter as light particles, you will realize that your mind has indeed changed. That your own free will has made a different choice and has anchored the everything is one principle deep within. Keith, will you let me help you change your mind? And I say, yes, please. Try this exercise now, everyone. Whatever it is you see, Look at the chair across from you, or whatever it is that's across from you. Look at whatever is across from you where you're sitting, and let it reveal to you what is really there. Radiated light. Now begin to look at it without judgment. In other words, that's not a chair. That's not a lamp. That's not a stereo or a person I'm looking at. Don't judge it. Just look at it. Relax the vision all the same. Take the information in. Once you can see such dense matter as light particles, you will realize that your mind has indeed changed, that your own free will has made a different choice and has anchored the everything is one principle deep within. Will you let me help? Will you let me help change your mind? I say, yes, please. Look at the chair or whatever that is across from where you're sitting now, and let it reveal to you what is really there. Radiated light. Now begin to look at it without judgment, as purely as the eyes do. Say to yourself, there is no chair. There is no lamp. There is no person. There is no TV or stereo, whatever it is you're looking at. There is no chair. What I see is light. Then keep looking. Keep looking. And I say, whoa. And Spirit says, what is it, Keith? I say, I saw little flashes of light all over it. What you saw were the random blips of energy that give the chair its form. Good job. You are finally beginning to retrain yourself to not be such a slave to the mind's opinions, but to let the mind become a catalyst for truth. And the truth is that all matter is light compressed into specific vibrational forms decreed by the mind of the beholder. When you begin to see your own light in all things, you will then be able to transform your life, because your thought or will be imbued with the power to create with mere intention. And do not forget to use my love as your constant source of power. Tonight is Center of Light Aura. You are 98, we are 98.6 degrees of energy. We walk out into a 98.6 degree temperature day. It's hot. The sun is energy. The sun, S-U-N, the sun, S-O-N, the Son of God, who is the light. Jesus is not the embodiment of light. He is the light. You are the light, as we are brothers and sisters. We get caught up, we bought up into the system, somehow wedged itself between the truth. And so we couldn't see as well as we can now. And that's coming down the pike if you choose to really gaze into the experience and open up your eyes, open up your eye, simply with intent, want, desire. There is a divine fire that is aglow everywhere. Just because you don't see it or don't believe it, doesn't mean it's not there. It is the chair that you're sitting on. Everything is the fire and the grace of God. Everything, even your woes, even your illnesses, is God's grace. All to bring us to a higher space of reality between now and forever. God is not on a clock. It's in the eternal now. And when we get into the eternal now, the grace comes flooding through, and the aura begins to change. This is the movement, the energy dynamic that happens, at least pretty much with all things, I'm sure. Absolutely so within the human being. It looks like this. It's called the torus. Science is beginning to agree that the universe, or at least all galaxies, are actually built this way. Look at a galaxy from a disk perspective. From a disk perspective, there is always a black hole in the center of galaxies, as the energy, as above, so below, with the human being that moves up through these vortices and out as it expresses itself eternally, creating infinite expansion. As above, so below, on forever it will go. To and fro, yo, my sis, or bro. That's the dynamic. Are you living in the dynamic? Are you the dynamic? Are you conscious of the dynamic? So people who are empathic, how do they feel? Well, I'm empathic. I don't doubt you. I feel other people's feelings. I still don't doubt you. I actually believe you more than anything. Wouldn't it be of interest and benefit to understand how that works? You think, well, I'm just feeling what they're feeling. There's a conversation happening. These auric fields are overlapping, and there's a dialogue ensuing as to why anyone is able to say, my brother or sister is in pain. My brother or sister is in need of this or that. And you feel their grief. Someone died and you don't know why because they never told you. But you feel this grief when you're hanging out with said person. This is all because of the conversation between the auric fields. Take your hands. Mr. Miyagi, I won't have balance with Ali, you, my karate, none of it. Oh, Daya-san. Right? Rub your hands together. Create some energy. Try this. Try it. Bring your hands apart. Follow me. You can feel it already. It's getting denser and denser. Keep on. Do this. Way back here, you can feel it in the palm of your hand. Well, Keith, that's just the wind. Not back here, it isn't. Do you feel that? This is what we do even when we're unconscious. We use our energy, we mix and mingle it, manipulate it, and we throw it out there into the universe. Your aura will change with your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. Thank you, Mary Avalon. All these things. The people who stay in the higher register of who they really are, their energies will be more of the greens, the light blue, the indigo, and the violet. But it doesn't mean that just because there may be some red and orange in there, that it's a negative thing. They all have attributes. It's a scale that you read and that you learn the language of. Maybe the red in this case means they're grounded. Often, the red can mean that they're unconscious and they live up their life in fear, survival mode. But red, depending on the assignment of all the other colors, can say that this person is grounding their divine spirit onto the earth. I'm going to take a short pause. Going to be right back. I'm going to play you a song off of my soon-to-be new album. I got a big presentation for you. I'm going to give you a video that's going to share with you what is the benefit of learning how to read the aura. Get right back. Let me see what song I'm going to play you from my new album, Dark Night of the Soul, Into the Fire. How about Infected with Love? I'm infected with love.
trying to find my way. Life is just a game that rearranges. Again, I don't know who I am today. Taking the time to do for myself, I get lost in who I think I am, about what I should do and what I should be. I'm longing for home, I'm all alone, though there are people everywhere. But the question comes, will I be free? Rejected with love, affected by love, resurrected with love, yes, into the fire.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light Aura. 98.6 degrees. I want you to please take a look at this image right here. This is what we're going to be talking about, at least in this all night, but this section particularly. When you look at this image, you see my bestseller. Please consider purchasing 30 Years of My Love, Sweat, and Tears. 98.6 degrees we are. You walk out into a 98.6 temperature day. It's hot. The sun is energy. So we're radiating this bioenergetic field. Excuse me. In the middle of this picture, the middle of this person, this silhouette of a person, you see 7 lights starting below the base of the spine, the coccyx, red, orange, yellow, as we work our way up, green in the heart, blue in the throat, indigo in the third eye, and violet or white on the top of the head. Keep this in mind. As we move into this next segment. And these are called chakras, and I will call each of these out, and I'll tell you all about each particular energy vortexes, where energy and information come into the body and express themselves outward. So the idea is to keep your chakras in balance so energy can move in and out without encumbrance. but also it will create a rise in the divine fire in your spine called kundalini. You ever seen the medical staff, the caduceus? Two serpents? Don't take that out of context. I don't know why it's two serpents. It's two serpents. Actually, believe it or not, serpents represent divinity in a certain aspect, if you understand true esoteric teachings. So you have two serpents in the caduceus, the medical staff, going up a rod with angel wings on top. This is the spine of the human being as the energy begins to move up all the way to the top of your head or the crown chakra. When this happens, you become illumined, completely and fully illumined. This is the seat of the soul right here. People want to know where the soul is. Where's the soul? Is it in the body? Is it in consciousness? Is it in the mind? It sits right here. In the body, in the mind, in the consciousness, in the soul. This aspect of oneself is the illumination of one's true conscious aware self. Everything else are components or variables or other expressions of a higher understanding, truth, reality. So now we're going to go through the different chakras from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the head, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet, all the way up the spine. I'm going to share with you what these are about. Starting with the root chakra, which is below, right at your butt, the base of the spine. Gems and minerals that are associated with the root chakra. Ruby, red jasper, garnet. The color is red. The attributes for the root chakra are grounding, anchoring yourself to the earth as a divine being, good health, or survival instincts, vitality, sexual. That's particularly for men. When the root chakra is unbalanced, you may experience violence, anger, constipation. Notice where it's located, in this part of the body. Constipation, survival fears. To awaken and balance, spend some time each day sitting directly on the earth. For God's sake, dance. Moving up to the sacral, the belly button, if you will. The location is the solar plexus between the chest and the navel. The gems and minerals associated with this chakra are tiger's eye. Color is yellow, like the sun. Attributes: the will, determination, assertion, personal power, hearty laughter. This is the power center, really. Though power of God is in your heart, when it comes to the physical, it comes through the base of your spine from the earth all the way to the power center here, and it creates literally a lightning, static, energetic charge. When unbalanced, you may experience lack of will, overemphasis on power, anger, poor digestion. Well, of course, this is where the digestion happens. Eating disorders, fear, even hate. To awaken and balance, rub your belly. Become aware of the energy radiating from your solar plexus. Breathe using your diaphragm. And simply you feel it. As we continue to move up the chakra totem pole, the location is the solar plexus between the chest and the navel. No, I just read that. I jumped one. So the one I read just a minute ago was going to be after this one. The sacral chakra, the lower belly, the colors associated with this are orange. Gems and minerals, amber and citrine. Attributes: creativity, sexual energy for women, desire, pleasure. When unbalanced, you may experience sexual problems, jealousy, possessiveness, uterine or bladder problems, lower back pain. To awaken and balance this center, sexual healing, try new ways of expressing yourself creatively, dance, move your hips, practice yoga. On to the heart chakra. The location is the heart area in the center of your chest. The gems and minerals associated are emerald, malachite, and green jade. The color is green. Attributes: unconditional love, forgiveness, compassion, group consciousness, which is unconditional love. That's why you're hanging around certain people you love being with. Peace and tolerance. When unbalanced, you may experience anger, heart problems, rigidity, a lack of love. To awaken and balance this center, serve others, love and take care of yourself, breathe consciously, watch tender movies that tug at your heartstrings. Now we move on to the throat chakra. Speaking for myself, I know this one for me is blasted wide open. Why? Because I always use my throat chakra, be it singing, be it a teacher, be it to express through books, writing music. This color is sky blue. The location is the throat. Gems and minerals associated: lapis lazuli, sodalite, and blue quartz. It's sky blue. Attributes: communication, expression, eloquence. When unbalanced, you may experience difficulty in communication, emotions caught in the throat. I can't speak, or it's hard for me to voice myself. To awaken and balance this center, sing, chant, hum, breathe consciously. As we continue to move up to the third eye, the brow chakra. Between the eyebrows, gems and minerals are amethyst. The color is indigo blue. Attributes: intuition, imagination, visualization, concentration. The element for this center is light. When unbalanced, you may experience headaches, poor eyesight, lack of concentration. To awaken and balance this center, meditation, guided visualization. And finally, in the chakra system is the seat of the soul. It's the top of the head, the crown chakra. The gems and minerals associated are the diamond, quartz crystal. The color is violet. Attributes: inspiration, wisdom, cosmic consciousness, spirituality, oneness with all. When you unbalance this center, you may experience depression, dark night of the soul, lack of grounding, lack of inspiration, because you are disconnected from your spiritual source. To awaken and balance, use meditation, guided visualization, and energy work. Starting from the base chakra, the red one that is at the bottom of your spine. This works with, or what we should be working on to keep them always balanced. For the root chakra, it should be, because the root chakra is always concerned about survival. So the root chakra mantra should be, I am safe. I am safe. And you massage your root chakra. Hold your energy, hold your consciousness, hold your awareness in this aspect of your being. And say, I am safe. As we move up to the sacral, right here, the sexual center, in between the navel and the sexual center. You hold yourself in this space and you say, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. We move up to the solar plexus chakra, which is yellow. Hold your awareness in such a space. I am strong. This is a very vulnerable spot, a weakness most of the animal kingdom feels. That's why cats, dogs, birds, they don't want their abdomen exposed. They will hunch over and they will cover it up. I'm strong. I am love is the green of the heart. I am truth. We speak, I am truth. I am that I am, because I see that I am not disconnected from the I am that I am consciousness. We are one. So the root chakra is I am, the lower center, red. The orange, sacral center, solar plexus, sacral center here is I feel. The solar plexus is I do. The heart is I love. The throat is I speak. The third eye is I see. And the crown chakra is, I am still, and I know. I know. Sis bro, that is the dynamic. So tonight we're speaking about the energy of the body and the energy of the self that expresses itself through said body. Everybody. So now here comes some little nuggets. I'm going to play you a couple of videos about the human aura. What it is. How it works. The second video is going to be this handsome young man going to tell you, share with you, how you can tap into it, see it, truly. So tonight is center of light aura, 98.6 degrees. If you are 98.6 degrees, and if you have fever, you're leaving a little hotter than that. So you have this radiated light energy body around you. And the illumined ones, like Jesus, Buddha, and all these different divine saints, you see a halo. That's implying that the aura is fully illumined. It's fully lit. So it's legit. Let's get wit. Let me find my first video. It's called The Aura. Enjoy.
The aura. In the New Age, the term aura is something that, well, is used all the time. I see it in the newspapers. I see it constantly being associated with the impact of human beings. But so little about the aura is really understood. Most assume that the aura is an energy field that is given off by the form, rather than seeing that the aura is a full expression of and a controlling agent of the way in which the form is going to work. We do not have the same auras, as you will see. The first thing to understand about the nature of the aura is how big it is. What you get to see in human design, through the mechanics of human design, is that you get to see how easily you are conditioned by another human being when that human being enters into your aura. And think about the size of auras. If you stretch your arms out in either direction from your body, and you imagine that they could be twice as long as they are, and you formed a sphere all the way around you, this is fundamentally the extent of your aura. Now, aura does fluctuate, but it's also something to grasp about the nature of aura, is that it is not hindered by walls or floors or ceilings. The reality is that when you are standing in a room in an apartment complex and you have a common wall that you share with a neighbor, the fact is that as you stand beside that wall, your aura is penetrating into the other space. Not only is it penetrating into the other space, but obviously it can be deeply impacted and conditioned if somebody is in that other space and they are connected to your aura. It is one of the things about entering into this process of discovering yourself, is understanding how important it is to protect your aura, particularly when you're sleeping. You know, it is one of the deepest recommendations of human design when you enter into this process of the experiment of strategy and authority, that you sleep in your own space, that you protect your aura from conditioning. Now, auras are not the same. They're not the same at all. What we get to see in human design mechanics is we get to see that there are 4 types: manifestor, generator, projector, and reflector. Each of these types express themselves through their aura. If you're dealing with a manifestor as an example, a manifestor has a closed and repelling aura. What that literally means is that the moment that somebody comes towards a manifestor, that their own aura is being pushed back. It is one of the reasons that life can be rather difficult for manifestors, particularly manifestor mothers dealing with young children. The reality is that the closed aura is something that can result in, a reaction from others that really is not accurate. The inability to be able to approach the manifestor doesn't mean that the manifestor is unapproachable. but it is expressed in the aura, and you cannot change that. You can become aware of it as a manifester. And in becoming aware of it, you can take so much of the burden of your social dynamic off of your shoulders. If you're a generator, you have an open and enveloping aura. This is the most powerful aura that we have. The generator aura, generators are the key to life on this planet. They literally generate the life force of the planet. And as such, they have the most penetrating in that sense of auric fields. A generator will envelop anyone that steps into its aura. This openness in the generator is also a vulnerability for the generator. That is, in being so open and enveloping, you take deeply into yourself those that you allow into your aura. And then we come to the non-energy types, the projector and the reflector. When we're looking at the projector has a specific gift. They have a penetrating aura. It is a specific gift of theirs. Their ability to be able to recognize the other is rooted in the way in which their aura penetrates the other, literally to their G-center, to their core. Yet at the same time, for the projector, because their aura is so focused, it means that they are deeply vulnerable to conditioning while they are focusing. It also means that when we are looking at the difference between a generator and a projector, we see that a generator's aura can take in many beings at the same time, while the projector aura is only designed to deal with one person at a time. And finally, we come to the reflector, and we come to this sampling aura, what I like to call the Teflon aura, the way in which the reflector tastes the world around it in order to discover what is out of place, what doesn't work, what is different. You see, type is not simply a matter of looking at the strategy and authority that arises out of the graphic on the piece of paper. It's about recognizing that your type is alive in your aura itself. And the way in which your aura operates is impacting everyone that you're going to meet in this life. In so many ways, it is your aura that is defining you as a being. It is what, in essence, the other meets. To be aware of the aura that you carry, to understand what it means to be one of these types, and to take advantage of the strategy and authority that is there. This brings the great refinement in life and the transformation of the life, and it's always about the other. When we're dealing with aura, we're dealing with the way in which we connect to the other and the way we are experienced by the other. So many auras are chaotic in the way in which they operate because the beings themselves are not correct. Follow your strategy and authority and enjoy the power inherent in your energy field.
Why should you learn to see the aura? Well, other than it's a pretty cool experience to be able to see something that most people think doesn't even exist or is invisible, science has proven that subtle energies affect us whether we want to believe in it or not. Energy is everywhere. Good energy, bad energy. And if you can tune into energy and see it like the aura, then you can affect how this energy impacts you in your life. So here we go. Here's how to see the aura, and here's how to see it on someone else. What you want to do is ask them to stand about 10 feet away, and they should stand on something like what I have, which is a plain white or a plain black background. And basically what you want is you just want something without any patterns, because that's going to make it harder to see the actual aura. Next, look at the person's nose right about here, and you want to look with a relaxed gaze. That means you don't want to stare. Don't look at the nose, because the nose isn't the aura. What you want to do is you want to stare at the nose, and then with the relaxed gaze, use your peripheral vision. The peripheral vision basically means looking out of the corner of your eyes. Here's the cool thing. Your eyes are curved, which means that they can see a different spectrum of light on the side, on the corner of your eyes than you can head on. So what you'll first see around their head and shoulders is basically a transparent fog. Here's the thing. The aura, when you first see it, appears very transparent. Have you ever gone out on a hot day and you're looking at a car or a sidewalk and you'll see those heat waves kind of like shimmering? That's what it'll look like, but it's just gonna be barely just an inch to maybe half an inch just off their shoulders and around their head. Once you catch it, you just wanna keep your gaze relaxed. Don't get excited and stare right at it, because then it's probably gonna disappear, okay? So once you catch it, just quietly observe it, just watch it, and just notice it. It's like you're just studying it. And as you begin to study it, that's when the aura is gonna start to grow brighter and to come more into focus. Now, if you're looking at their nose and you're trying to use your peripheral vision and you can't quite catch it, to move your vision from right at their nose to the center of their forehead. Just a slight movement up. Sometimes just that slight movement is all it takes to just catch it just for the first time. Because what you're trying to do is just notice it, and once you notice it, just to stay on it until you can see that it changes just a little bit. Some people can see the aura right away, others take a few minutes. Don't be discouraged, anybody can see it. Now this is probably something that for sure is going to happen. At some point, you're going to be seeing the aura, you're going to be practicing with it, and you're going to blink. And when you blink, it's going to completely disappear. Don't panic. This happens to everybody. Here's the funny thing, is that your mind, your consciousness, is plugged into your brain and your body, right? Whenever you blink like that, it tells your consciousness to reset. So remember, because you're watching the aura, you're tuning into that frequency of energy. As soon as you blink, it drops you back down to where you were before. The more you practice, the less this is going to happen. But in the beginning, it is going to happen. It happens to everybody. Just practice and you'll get your way through it. Now let's say you're by yourself, and here's how to practice seeing your own aura. We're going to start with your hand. And so what you want to do is, just like with a person, you want to find a plain background, white, black, whatever. And you want to extend your hand in front of you. Now you want to soften your gaze, and actually you want to stare right at the center of your palm. Kind of like you're looking at the person's nose. So you're looking at it, but in a relaxed way. And you want to look around the edges of your hand and your fingers. And ever so slowly, you want to start squishing your fingers together and then spreading them apart. And just see if you can notice an outline around your fingers. Just squish them together and then spread them apart. And if you squish your fingers together, then just start moving your hand like you're waving at yourself, just kind of slowly side to side. And it's the same thing, just like with a person, is you're just trying to notice that faint outline first. And once you catch the outline, sometimes the movement helps, but once you catch that faint outline, you want to stop, and then you just want to, in a relaxed way, just focus on trying to bring the aura more into view. The movement is just trying to get the aura to move into just the right spot in your peripheral vision, and then sometimes you'll notice it just kind of pops right out. And here's the cool thing, you can also do it with your foot. And I used to do this all the time when I was lying in bed. I'd wake up in the morning, 15 minutes early, and I would just move my foot, and I would just twist it back and forth, and I would look at the aura around my toes and study my foot. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to be able to see energy in the air. Here's the cool thing, it's not really in the air, it's everywhere. So you're going to learn how you can see energy everywhere. If you're able to see the aura, share your excitement. Include a comment below telling us about it. Then join us on Facebook. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Pretty cool, eh? Practice this. It'll bring you some joy. It'll help you to anchor some energies of, oh my God, I can see. Once you get really good at this, then you can see behaviors that were never revealed to you, good and bad in other people. You will see energy everywhere. You will see God's painting in a greater capacity than you've ever seen it. Colors will be more vivid, colors you've never seen before. Do you know that on certain realities, there are colors that have been experienced? But when the traveler comes back to waking life and tries to explain that color, it's impossible. Words can't describe it. It's like, well, it was sort of blue, but it was also sort of brown and polka dot. I can't find the words to describe it. I want to share with you something I found during this 2-video break of what actual human auras look like. So let me grab them. I'm just going to throw them up here on the screen. 1. This is called Kirlian photography. Let me find the other one. This is done with an auric photographing machine. You put your hand on these electrodes, and with a high-resolution camera, it takes a snapshot, and like the description of the gentleman before gave us, sort of has a peripheral eye reception quality about it. And it reveals the colors that you radiate with your magnetic light, your radiated light, which is your soul. Like the guy said earlier in the video, it's not restricted by walls and things of this such. This is light energy. Light is always able to pass through dense matter. Hence, Jesus was able to turn the water into wine. He was aware of his light, the light which makes up the water, and he just uses his simple will to say, transform, go check the vessels now. But Master, it's only water. Go check the vessels now and bring me a glass of wine when you come back. So this is what the human aura looks like. You can find people who do these kinds of photographs at spiritual fairs and maybe some shopping malls kind of thing. So tonight has been Center of Light Aura. We are all 98.6 degrees of radiated light energy. How empaths are able to converse with other people and pick up on what they are feeling. So this is how you're able to feel what you feel. You're having a conversation. And we all do this. So it's in our best, hello, Ramona McKnight. It's in our best interest, or it could better us, I have no doubt, when we're able to see reality as it is. Maybe just simply developing your spiritual practice is what allows us to see the aura of all living things as to why we have compassion in the first place. So maybe we can do the exercise to be able to see the aura, which will help us to be more compassionate, or increase our compassion, which will help us to see the aura of everything simply as it beautifully is. You're always radiating, emitting, expressing energy. And every one of those color vibrations, believe it or not, has a sound and a tone. So when you walk by an illumined spiritual being, not only you blinking colored lights, you binging banging different tones. Doo, doo, dee, doo, doo, doo. You're emitting all these sounds because you are made up of sound, which is the glue, the spiritual glue that holds everything together. Even the things that we see as separate, the universe is held together by sound. And light would be the code, the details that makes things into what particular shapes, particular visible energies, that which we think is solid in the first place. Light, matter is light energy compressed to give it a specific biotrack or form. Looks like you and me, and the table, and the chair, and the car, and the trees. So unable to see the light of all things, the light of God, omnipresence of God, I am the light. In order to live in that kingdom, we have to do the kingdomly work and pay our dues. take off our shoes, we move towards the Holy Land. This is it. I enjoyed this presentation tonight. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't so much about lessons spiritually. It was about learning something, which is cool. Imagine, like I said earlier, going to see a band, and there's a certain color on the back. Say it's white or whatever solid color it is. Focus at the person, relax your gaze, and take in the information, and you will see their auric field. You do this enough, it will become second nature. Then you will truly be able to see. And you will see people who have ill intent for you just by looking at their energy field. It's called intuition. You can simply look at somebody and go, I don't like it. Intuitively you may feel it. What do you call that? A gut feeling? But if you move deeper into the gut feeling, then your eyes will probably open up without a doubt. Then you'll be able to see through their mannerisms, which is all manipulated by not the light of the person, but the light that's being blocked. You will see the block. The energy will look dull in certain areas of someone's auric field. And then you become highly intuitive. And then you get heightened ability to see. Do you see? Hello, Melinda. Robert says he is purple because he is singing some Purple Rain. Everyone, thank you very much. Keith Anthony Blanchard here, Center of Light. Tonight has been Center of Light Aura. We are 98.6 degrees of energy. We are radiating a bioenergetic field called the aura. Tomorrow night on Center of Light, I think tomorrow night I am able. Thank you, Adana. Hello, Adana. Tomorrow night's going to be Center of Light. I don't know what it's titled, but the actual title of the show is The One Question. Let me think of it. Hang on. I'm going to find it. It's worth it. Tomorrow night's presentation is going to be The One Question Game Changer. The One Question Game Changer. 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 Eastern Time, 6 Pacific Time. I have some things I am taking for donations to Center of Light. An eagle ring just like this. An astronomical ring. It opens up into these different rings. Really cool. The links are in these forum to learn more about them, and also have a mind calendar pendant. If you're interested, it comes per donation to Center of Light Radio. If you're interested in any of these beautiful gifts by my generous brother, Mr. Robert Harrison, Keith, I'm interested. I want to support you in what you do, and in turn, you get something back. If you're interested, I'll give you the price for that. Thank you very much. Mary Amalong, I'm going to send you a free copy of Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my new bestseller. Tonight makes 1 year that this was released. Mary Amalong, I need your information. Send me a message again. It always helps me. My mind is so full. It's a beautiful reminder. And as another beautiful reminder, you remind me of what it's like to always have a good time, to be in the garden of sharing and caring. Good to see you, Ramona. Send Max my love. Give him a kiss right on his cheek. Remember, you are the meek, and you will inherit the earth. Stay the course. Peace, love, and light.